American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I would like to welcome you to our 10th annual Long Island Out of the Darkness Walk. We gather here today to remember those that we have loved and lost, to seek and hopefully find support and some measure of comfort from others who walk the same path, and to be proactive in our desire to bring mental health issues out of the darkness so people who seek treatment will not feel stigmatized and isolated when they seek it. I would like to thank the members of the Walk Committee who have worked behind the scenes to make this walk such a special event for all of you. Let's have a hand for those volunteers here today who helped this event run smoothly. Barely a day goes by when we don't hear about a loss to suicide. Our work grows ever more important, and we thank all of you for coming out today and joining walkers in almost every state of the union, raising over $10 million for suicide prevention and educational programs. More than 82 cents of every dollar you raise can be used to educate the public about mental disorders and suicide prevention, to fund scientific research, to promote policies and legislation that impact suicide and prevention, that provide programs and resources for survivors of suicide loss and people at risk and involve them in the work of AFSP, to offer educational programs for students and for professionals. Here on Long Island, we visit numerous high schools, colleges, and organizations, educating teachers, students, parents, and community members. The Long Island chapter of AFSP underwrites the use of the interactive screening program for college students at both SUNY Farmingdale and Adelphi University. We are co-sponsors of the annual Long Island Coalition for Suicide Prevention Conference, which will take place on December 6th. We are also the host of the annual International Survivors of Suicide Day. Thanks to our friends from numerous agencies and organizations here on Long Island for joining us today to provide you with vital information about their services. It is so important that you know what resources are available in the community when and if you need their help. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our corporate sponsors: Jaspin Schlesinger LLP, the Diane Goldberg Foundation, the Ames Foundation, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Union 3, Elias Properties, Geico, and Daniel DeMarco Associates for their support. Thanks also to our local business sponsors, whose signs you will see lining the walk route. And thank those who have contributed money for a tribute sign in memory of their loved one. Just not loud. Special thanks to our product sponsors for providing you all with food and sustenance this morning: Whole Foods, Entenmann's, Cabot Creamery, Pop Chips, Power Bars, Pirates Booty, Long Island Banana, and Lola's Kitchen in Long Beach, who donated 1,000 bottles of water. Thanks to 5 Star Entertainment for providing our beautiful music, Best Tech for providing our stage, Body and Brain Holistic Training for our healing massages and the yoga, and Event Kings for the beautiful balloon arch. Thanks also to McDonald's for 2,000 coupons for free cheeseburgers and French fries. Thanks also to our talented face painter, our wonderful interpreter, and Clear Channel Media for running our public service announcements. We also thank Old Westbury Gardens for allowing us to walk here in this beautiful venue. I'd now like to take a moment to call upon a very special young lady. I met Brooke about 4 years ago when I was doing a program at West Islip High School. Brooke lost her dad to suicide. Now a senior, she is president of her class and a member of the Natural Helpers Group. Brooke dealt with her loss by creating a very special program called P.S. I Love You. Would you now welcome Brooke De Palma?
Thank you, Dale. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
In 2010, the United States lost a total of 38,364 American lives to suicide. On April 23rd, 2010, I woke up just a week after my 14th birthday. Just like any other ordinary day. On that beautiful Friday morning, my father insisted on driving me to school. So he drove me to school. We had our daily morning conversation. But as I got to school, he said, "I love you." I said, "I love you back." I closed the door shut. Little did I know that only hours later, I'd have to go home to detective tape to find that my father had become part of that 2010 statistic. At that moment, I was just about to graduate middle school, just about to go to high school. My sister was about to go through her happy senior year like I am right now. 7 months later, I was in my bed crying hysterically, thinking to myself, what would my dad do? But more importantly, I thought to myself, what was I going to do? At that exact moment, I remembered the last 3 words that my father said to me. I love you. I then created P.S. I Love You Day. February 14th, 2014 marks the 4th annual P.S. I Love You Day. On this day, I ask everyone to wear purple to represent standing up against bullying, to help those who are suffering from depression, and ultimately prevent suicide. In hope that what occurred to my family, what occurred to our families, will not occur to any other family in this country and in this world. Thank you. So far, this day has been celebrated by over 30,000 people. 30 schools, communities, businesses, not only on Long Island, not only in New York, but across the nation. This day has honestly saved me. P.S. I Love You Day has allowed me to find the light in life again. I've been able to work with AFSP, with the Long Island Crisis Center, and this past summer, I had a pretty cool opportunity. I was able to be New York Girls State Senator for Girls Nation 2013. Not only did I get to go to Washington, D.C., but I was able to go to the White House and meet the president. It's pretty cool. So, I honestly find myself at a point where I'm saying, how did I get here? This year, it's going to be 4 years since I lost my dad. But then I remember, I'm here today because of those 3 words that my father left me with. So I ask of you to wear purple on February 14th, 2014, but more importantly, I ask you to lead your life with light every single day. And also, today, walk remembering those 3 words that my dad left me with. I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brooke. I'd now like to introduce Deborah Kaplan, Chair of the Long Island chapter, to read a short poem.
Thank you, Dale. At the rising of the sun and its going down, we remember them. At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. At the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the shining of the sun and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. At the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. At the beginning of the year and at its end, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joy we crave to share, we remember them. When we have decisions that are difficult to make, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. And now, before we move to cut the ceremonial ribbon and begin our walk, I have just a few short announcements. We have a stroller-friendly route, right? I think you have to cut across the grass a little bit. For young moms and dads to use today, it detours briefly and then it meets up with the main route. We have an AFSP table with wristbands and keychains for sale. Please consider purchasing. Visit the tribute tent, sign into the Remembrance Book, or leave a note with a photo of your loved one. AFSP Long Island will be hosting International Survivors of Suicide Day. It's a conference day on November 23rd at the Huntington Hilton. There are registration forms at the AFSP table. I want to remind you that you can text to donate. Donations are accepted through December 31st. So if you have people that you wanted to ask that couldn't be here to walk with you today or that weren't able to donate before, through the end of the year, donations are accepted and you can do that online. Now as we move to cut the ribbon and start the walk, I urge you to enjoy the beauty of the gardens. Literally stop and smell the roses. Feel free to hang out with us following the walk and enjoy the music, the sunshine, and the warmth of the day. Well, one can only hope. I hope you find the walk a meaningful and memorable event and will join us next year for our 11th annual Out of the Darkness Walk. Thank you all.